Welcome to another exciting edition of the Premier League Zone. My name is Anthony Ajulu, and this is your number one family radio station, Inspiration 92.3 FM. Yes, it's a Tuesday. Yes, we're here with our team of the week. You know how it works. We look back at the previous weekend. We look at all the best players in all the best positions. We mash them up together to form our team of the week. We have coach of the week. We have player of the week. Today we are voting for clown of the week, and there are plenty of options for that one today on the show. The options are Erik ten Hag, obviously, Mauricio Pochettino, obviously, and then two interesting choices here because they had the chance to serve up something, serve up a classic. And they served up rubbish. So Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta. These are your options for clowns of the week. Erik ten Hag, Mauricio Pochettino, Pep Guardiola, and Mikel Arteta. We'll get to the team of the week. We'll read all of that later on the show today. But we also have matches to preview as well. There are Premier League matches coming up later tonight. There'll be a few more tomorrow and then one on Thursday. The title race is hotting up. The rest of the top four is hotting up, and the relegation battle is hotting up as well.
I want to quickly add something. If we are calling Arteta and Pep Guardiola, let's put them together as a twin, like
together.
Yeah, together.
Okay.
Two of them together as one.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I think that's
they combined.
Was two of them that combined.
Yeah, they combined together to give us a nonsensical football.
So the options for clown of the week: Erik ten Hag, Mauricio Pochettino, and then Arteta, Guardiola together.
Yes.
We know who wins it.
So that's what we're doing. Anyway, you guys out there, you can start voting. Call us on 0700-923-923-923, 0700-923-923-923, or you can send us messages on WhatsApp at 081-7313-6193, 081-7313-6193. Once again, we are voting for clown of the week today. The options: Erik ten Hag, obvious reasons; Mauricio Pochettino, obvious reasons. And then we have done a joint venture with Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta. We're calling them Guardiola Arteta Consortium.
Yes.
And you can vote for those ones for serving us the rubbish they did on Sunday. You can also join us live on Facebook at Inspiration FM 92.3. Just leave your comments under the live feed. We will read them on the show today. Right. So let's just get into it. Before we get to the team of the week, though, let's just look at the matches we have coming up later tonight. There's Newcastle taking on Everton. Nottingham Forest will take on Fulham. Bournemouth against Crystal Palace, Burnley against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and the London Derby, West Ham taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Let's start from there, but let me start with you. West Ham against Tottenham Hotspur, plenty of pressure on David Moyes. Led 3-1 at the weekend, lost it 4-3.
Unfortunately.
Exactly. And there are certain sections of fans who don't really think that his time is done at Spurs. How do you see this one going later tonight? At West Ham, I mean. How do you see this one going later tonight?
For West Ham United, they want to seek some redemption. Looking at last weekend, a game they had in their hands, total control, but unfortunately for some poor refereeing as well, did cost them that game. But again, you look at Tottenham Spurs, I'm at home against Luton Town on the same weekend, struggled to actually get a win in that one. But one problem I do have with West Ham United, how they manage to lose concentration at important moments in a football game. Yes, the likes of Bowen, the likes of Kudus would always come up with, the goals in the final third of the pitch. But again, defensively, they've been found wanting in most games. And for Tottenham Hotspurs, having Son back has really, ignited them in some way. But again, it's a London derby. Maybe not the biggest London derby you'd want to ask for. But again, I do feel West Ham United will give it a fight tonight and possibly want to appease the fans as well, because like you did say, the tension seemed to be climaxing, and at some point there will be a breaking point from these fans, and David Moyes really does need to galvanize his guys to get a result tonight. As much as you'd feel West Ham at home possibly will get a win, I think it has a draw written all over it.
Draw written all over it. We'll see how it goes. Everton, they really need a win. They were beaten by Bournemouth last weekend. Again, close to the relegation zone. They need to start getting results if they have to survive. They're going to a Newcastle side buoyed by that comeback queen at the weekend, and at St James's Park too.
Yes, it's a very difficult place for Everton to go right now. For Everton, they are currently 16th on the log with 25 points, just 3 points above relegation zone right there. And for Newcastle United, that win, that the dramatic win for Newcastle United has shot them to 8 on the log, and a win at home in front of their fans against Everton, if result from other venues actually goes their way, pushes them to 47.7, and they keep getting closer to qualifying for Europe again, which is still the goal. Their goal to return to Europe, maybe not the Champions League, but Europa League this time around, I think is still on course for them, and that's the major driving force for their ambition this season. So for Newcastle United, they've showed that when the Chiefs are down, they can turn up. They've showed that when they play at home, they can make the blind see, they can make the dead walk. That's what they did against West Ham United. Right. The Isaac Barnes, coming back from injury, 2 goals from him. They are beginning to get their regulars, the players that did it for them, that were regular last season. They are beginning to get some of them back, and with Barnes from 2 goals, Isaac as well, with the rest of the guys, I just think there'll be too much for Everton in this game. I don't see a way that Newcastle United will totally leave this match without getting a single point. If Everton gets a point, I think Everton will be lucky.
All right, we'll see how it goes. Nicholas, let me come to you. One game that really interests me actually is Burnley against Wolves. Burnley, we saw what they did against Chelsea at the weekend. They showed a lot of fight.
What Chelsea allowed them to do.
Well, they still did it. The sort of fight that you need when you are fighting relegation. They play a Wolves side who have lost 2 of their last 3 matches. Burnley are at home in this one. Can they get a result here?
Well, it's going to be difficult, but then again, playing against a side that is already down at the bottom, I think you can expect that they can actually do what we saw against Chelsea. Triple just said Chelsea allowed them, but at the same time you need to give credit to the players as well. And for that heated moment where the company was actually given a card, I think that might not really affect this game against Wolves. But then again, Wolves are actually number 10th on the log.
They are above Chelsea on the table.
Above Chelsea, and I mean in the last 2 games, you would
Burnley should win.
You would tell that they have also tried to get point and amass and maybe dream of European football.
Okay.
But then again, I think this one will definitely end maybe a draw. I see a draw, and I think Wolverhampton will be they might win or draw. But then again, you never can give up on Burnley. They might actually get a decent result. A decent result, maybe a 3-2 or 2-2 draw at the end of 90 minutes.
Anthony, I want Burnley to win that game. The likes of Bruno Larsen, we were fantastic against Chelsea. We also saw O'Shea, was also very good. The spirit goal. And if Burnley if they want to survive relegation, the way they play, the character they showed, the fearlessness they showed against Chelsea, they need to show it against Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.